Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to last day of Lean Six Sigma Black Belt Hackathon. And let's recap whatever we have seen yesterday. Chalo, so फटाफट recap करते हैं. In the chat, can you just type in the chat whatever we have seen? Just type in the chat box randomly. You can type that. Yes, open your notes and type in the chat box whatever we have seen, and we will. Today we are going to learn a very important topic which is called design of experiments. And the people who are ready for the examination, I'll give you the update about examination, and there is some special offer also I'm going to disclose today. Chalo, in the chat, can you just type in the chat box quickly? Very good. So yesterday we discussed about hypothesis testing, advanced hypothesis and p-value. Very good. What else? Type in the chat box fatafat. Yes, type in the chat box, everybody. Super. So in the hypothesis testing we have seen, so we started with the basic hypothesis. What is hypothesis? Null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis. And then we discussed about, yes, one sample t-test, two sample t-test. So one example. And then we went ahead and I explained you how graphically the t-test has to be measured, right? So how it can be measured graphically, that is something which we discussed. What else? Yes, so pair t-test, ANOVA, correct? So there are three types of hypothesis testing majorly. One is hypothesis of mean, hypothesis of variability, and hypothesis of proportion, correct? So in mean we have one sample t-test, two sample t-test, pair t-test, ANOVA. In the variability we have F ratio test and test of equal variance, right? And then in the proportion we have, in the proportion test what do we have? Yes, two proportion test and chi-square test, right? Very good. So we have examples of all these things. After that, before that we checked what is p-value and how it is calculated manually with the tables. That is also we have seen. How many of you remember that? Just give me yes in the chat box. Yes, p-value manual calculation, remember? Super. So this is something which we discussed. Apart from that, what else? What else we have seen? Then we have seen the basic correlation regression. We revised the basic correlation regression, and then we went to advanced regression, which is the linear regression we yesterday discussed. Along with linear regression, there are other types of regression, which is quadratic and cubic regression. Remember, quadratic has square terms, cubic has square terms plus cubic terms, okay, in the equation, right? So this is something which we discussed. After that, matrix plot. So if we have multiple x's and one y, how we can basically present, that is called matrix plot. Yes. So is it clear whatever we have seen in day 2, so that we can now discuss about day 3? Yes. So some recovery of 86%, 86-14 rule, I always say this, right? Just give me a quick yes in the chat box if you're ready for this. Just let me share with you my screen and let's begin our journey. Very good, very good. Thank you very much for the confirmation. Keep giving me the confirmation in the chat. Okay. So today's topic, we are going to discuss about design of experiment. Now, what is design of experiment? Let me decode this for you. How many of you, by the way, are aware of design of experiment? Just give me A in the chat box. And how many of you are not aware at all? Just give me NA in the chat box. A meaning aware, NA meaning not aware. A is aware, NA is not aware. Just give me a chat. Very good, very good. Yeah. So some of you are aware and some of you are not aware. Yeah, very good, very good. Doesn't matter. Okay. When we'll go through this, you will understand. Okay, not used. No issue. We'll understand how it is. As I said yesterday, it is amalgamation of whatever we have seen, the statistics, the regression, the hypothesis, the p-value, everything will come into design of experiments. Okay. Now, till this point, we all have seen the reactive way of collecting the data. Now, what do you mean by reactive way? Reactive way meaning the process has happened. Try to understand this. Whatever data we have collected, that data is about the process which has happened, which has completed, right? So for example, let's say sales data, production data, defect data, customer complaint data, average call handling time data, whatever data, let's say test of the T data. So it has, the process has happened, and then we get a feedback as a data. That is called reactive way. So whatever we have seen, time series plot, control chart, hypothesis, regression, everything is the reactive way of collecting the data. Now there is another way called active way or proactive way. What is that? You tweak the process. You be a part of the process and you tweak the process and you check what is the impact on the output, and then you collect the data. Understand this? The first one, reactive way, is the process has already happened. Now we are collecting the data and now we are analyzing. That is called reactive way. Active or proactive is nothing but we are a part of the process. As if, for example, let's say I am baking a cake. Now I am experimenting in the process. Okay, I am experimenting with the content of the cake. I am experimenting with the temperature setting of the oven. I am experimenting with the time required to bake. So when I'm experimenting, I'm actually playing with the process, and that is how I'm actively involved in the in alteration of the output of the process. And that is called active or proactive way of this. Same like experiments done by the scientists, and that's why it is called as experiments. Okay, or design of experiments, which we are going to learn today. Okay, so from reactive we are going to learn the active way of collecting the data. Now to understand the concept, let me give you a fantastic case to discuss. Okay, now there are three friends, Vijay, Sanjay and Ajay, college goers, young guys. Okay, just like our old days, if you remember that movie which I forgot the name. What is that? Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar wala. How many of you see the Bollywood movies? Just give me in the chat box. If you remember Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar, one of the very old Amir Khan wala movie. हाँ, 3 Idiots थोड़ा सा अलग किस्म का है. So this Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar would be a better match for this. Okay, so very good. So some of you remember, very nice. Okay, anyways, so it is about the college days, those what you can say, pink college days, right? So Vijay, Sanjay and Ajay are three friends and they go to college together, and one day they saw Sia, who is Vijay's neighbor, smiling at them. Wow. So 3 young boys going to college together and a young girl smiling at them. What better, what else you can ask for, right? So Sia smiled at them the next day as well. Now these guys are excited that who is the lucky guy to whom, Sia is smiling towards. Okay. So in order to find out who did she smile at, all of the 3 decided to go in a college in some combination and permutation. Okay, and this experiment, let's understand this experiment they have tabulated as follows. This is what I am going to explain you, the table. Okay, so there are 3 boys, there is 1 girl, the girl is smiling and the boys don't know at whom she is smiling. That's why the experiment has been constructed. Let's see how the experiment basically is unfolding. Okay, so this is an experiment. The first day, day 1, all the 3 boys basically went together. So Vijay, Sanjay, Ajay went together and Sia smiled. Day 2, Vijay was not there and deliberately they wanted to see to whom she is smiling. Only Sanjay and Ajay was there. Still Sia smiled. The day 3, Sanjay was not there. Vijay and Ajay was there. She smiled. Day 4, Vijay and Sanjay was there, but Ajay was not there and she didn't smile. Wow, that's interesting. So it seems like whenever Ajay was there, she was smiling. So it must be Ajay. Okay. So the experiment continued. Sanjay went alone. She didn't smile. Vijay went alone. She didn't smile. Now the seventh run, Ajay went alone, and that day also she didn't smile. And that was something very interesting twist in the in the story here, because till these 6 runs, when Ajay was there, she was smiling. When he was not there, she was not smiling. It was clearly Ajay. But then Ajay went alone that day as per the plan of these 3 people, but she didn't smile at that time. And then the experiment continues. Okay. Sanjay, Ajay went, she smiled. Again, Vijay, Ajay, and this continues. Okay. Now what happens is, so because in some cases Sia's smile was not there, it was not clear-cut understanding that who is the person. Okay, Ajay seems to be the person, but it was not coming very, clearly. So they collected the data and they did some analysis. So they did a effect plot. Okay, 13th and 7th both are same. Okay, that's a good observation. So this is the effect plot they plotted. Look at this. Let's say Vijay's effect plot says when Vijay was absent 3 times and when Vijay was present 3 times. So this is how, see, number of times Sia winks. Winks matlab smile. Okay. So when Vijay was absent, she smiled 3 times. When Vijay was present, she smiled 3 times. If I connect these 2 dots, I get a flat line. Now if you remember, yesterday we discussed about 3 categories. One is positive relation, one is negative relation, one is no relation. How many of you remember this? Correct? In the regression, correct? So this is a positive relation. When x is increasing, y is increasing, it is a positive relationship. When x is increasing, y is decreasing, it is negative relationship. When x is increasing, y does not have any impact, then there is no relationship. So here you can say Vijay, there is no relationship, where she was Vijay's neighbor, by the way. So Vijay ka patta cut ho gaya hai. Then let's go Sanjay. When Sanjay was absent, she smiled 2 times. When Sanjay was present, she smiled 4 times. That's very interesting. But let's look at Ajay. When Ajay was absent, she didn't smile. But when Ajay was present, she smiled for 7 times. And see the slope. Okay. Now Sanjay also has a positive relationship. Ajay also has a positive relationship. But you can see the slope. This slope has a very low, angle. But look at this slope, very sharp slope. That means Ajay's present has a highest impact on Sia's smile. That's why we can say Ajay is a winner in this contest. Are you clear? And this is called as effect plot. And this is a basic level of experimentation. Are you clear with this? Just give me a yes in the chat box. Very interesting example. Just give me a quick yes. Very good, very good. Clear? Now, let's look at the history of this. In the beginning, in the beginning, it all started with one factor at a time, or we call it as O-fat. So before the design of experiment, the scientists used to do the experiment with O-fat. What is O-fat? Let's try to understand. Okay. O-fat is nothing but O-fat meaning one factor at a time. One factor at a time. O-fat. Now, this what is this one factor at a time? Let's try to understand. Let's take a very simple example of test of T. Okay. Test of T is we want to improve. We want to improve the test of T, and there are various factors. For example, sugar, milk, tea powder, water, then ginger, and whatever factors are there. Okay. Now, there are two levels you can see. One is a minus sign and one has a plus sign. Okay. Now, for example, -1 meaning, example I'm just giving, 1 tablespoon sugar in a cup of tea. I'm just giving you one very raw example. So -1 meaning 1 tablespoon TS, and +1 meaning 2 tablespoon. Okay. Milk, let's say, again, I'm just giving a very raw example. Milk, let's say, minus meaning 10 ml, and let's say plus meaning 20 ml. Okay. So there is a range. So whenever there is a minus sign, we are adding 10 ml. When there is a plus sign, we are adding. Tea powder, again, minus meaning 1 tablespoon and plus meaning 2 tablespoon. Water, minus meaning, let's say 1 cup, plus meaning, let's say 1.5 cup, and like that. Are you clear? Yes. So we can add the factors like this. Okay. Yes. So this is how we have identified certain factors. Okay. Now the experiment begins. The experiment begins with trial number 1 here, where first all the factors are set at the lower setting. Okay. As I said, sugar at 1 tablespoon, milk at 10 ml, tea powder at 1 tablespoon, water as 1 cup, whatever. So this will be lower setting. So minus meaning all lower setting, and then we will make a cup with that setting, and then we will test that cup. Okay. So here we will write the Y, which is the test. Let's say the test is 6 out of 10. I'm just giving you example. Okay. Then in the second test, in the second run, I would say, this one, trial 2, they will change one factor. They will keep all the other factor at the same setting. Only one factor will be changed, which is the first factor. Okay. So instead of 1 tablespoon sugar, now they will add 2 tablespoon sugar, and rest will be kept constant. That's why it's called one factor at a time. Okay. Now, if they do that, and let's say they check, okay, it is 6.5. I'm just giving you example. Okay. Now the third trial, now they will do the first again to the original position. Now they will change the second factor to the higher setting. Okay. Remaining factors will be as it is, and similarly one by one. Okay, you can see here they will just change one by one setting at a time. That's what it's called O-fat, one factor at a time. Are you clear how the experiment is done? One factor at a time. Just give me yes in the chat box. Clear hai? So they only change one factor setting at a time. That's it. Remaining factors will be kept at the lower setting. And still today you will be surprised. Still today, lot of pharmaceutical companies, lot of chemical companies and scientists still use this technique of one factor at a time because it is easy to do analysis of one factor's impact on the output. Okay. Now let's see the advanced one step advance. Okay. Yes, one input adjustment. Absolutely right. Let's see another advanced technique called keeper strategy. This strategy is exactly same. Only difference is this. Okay, try to understand this. Let's say trial number 1, the same thing, all at the lower setting, and this is the response. Let's say, okay, 1.8. Trial number 2, now they have changed the first one, remaining as it is. Now they have seen the response that there is an increment, and they are expecting the increment in the response. So this is a good sign. So there is an increment here. When there is an improvement or increment, they will keep that setting at that level only. They will not change it. Whichever setting is giving improvement, they will keep that setting. That's why it is called as keeper strategy. Because they will keep that setting as it is, which is giving us the positive result. That's why it's called keeper strategy. Okay. So second ho gaya, so they have found the improvement. Let's say the third trial. Okay. In the third trial, they will keep the first setting as it is. Now they will change the second setting. Okay. Remaining setting will remain at the lower setting. Now they are observing it has reduced from 1.95, it has reduced to 1.85. So what they will do, they will alter the setting again to the negative or the minus from the next trial, and they will keep it because they observe that if I increase factor 2, it is impacting the response negatively. That's why it will be kept at negative setting. Clear? That's why it's called keeper strategy. Whichever setting is given us positive result, that setting will be kept constant. Rest of the setting will be changing. Clear? This is called keeper strategy. It is also one factor at a time, keeper strategy. So one level advanced strategy. So clear OFAT and keeper strategy? Just give me a quick yes. Just give me a quick yes in the chat. Okay. Now let's take one example here. Let's take one example to go deeper into this strategy. Okay. Now there is one automotive company and they wanted to improve their mileage, which was 18 kilometer per liter, and they wanted to take it to 30 kilometer per liter. Okay. So they wanted to do this experiment. So their Six Sigma team just sat together and brainstorm about what are the factors. Okay. So these are the factors: brand of the gas, octane rating of the gas, the driving speed, tune-up car, meaning the maintained car, wash and the wax car, with very polished car, new tires, which is tire condition, and the pressure of the tire. And these are the factors which will impact the mileage. And with their experience, according to them, octane rating, the speed of the driving, and tire pressure are critical most factors. Now everybody knows 80-20, right? Pareto principle. Here also, out of 8 to 10 factors, there are 2 to 3 critical important factors which are impacting the mileage the most. So according to them, they have selected these 3. Okay. Now they wanted to run the OFAT keeper strategy experiment. So they did like this. The first step is they select the lower and higher setting, which is called the levels, which we call it as the levels. See, this is factor. Speed is a factor. Octane rating is a factor. Tire pressure is a factor. And speed, let's say speed, the lower setting is 55, higher setting is 60. Okay. Octane, lower setting is 85, higher setting is 90. These are called levels. Okay. Tire pressure, so lower setting is 30, higher setting is 35. So these two are called as levels. Okay, levels. Okay. So everywhere they have selected two levels, okay? Lower level and higher level. Now the first experiment starts. Speed, octane and tire pressure, all the three were kept at the lower setting. Okay, you can see here, speed at 55, octane at 85 and tire pressure at 30. And the kilometer per liter was measured, which was 23 kilometer per liter. Okay, so second experiment. Now this is one factor at a time they are doing. Okay, now here they increase the speed to the higher setting, remaining two settings were kept constant. Okay, look at this. So this is minus minus minus. Okay, this is plus minus minus. Now they have observed some improvement. From 23 it jumped to 29, so they got a positive result. Okay, so they will keep this setting constant as keeper strategy. All right, now they will alter this second factor, correct, and they will keep this as it is, but this has not resulted good, right? So they have reduced, it has reduced the KMPL, so they are going back. Octane rating is increment in the octane rating is not giving us a positive result, so they keep it again at the lower setting, and then they increase the tire pressure and they found a little bit of change, little bit of improvement. Now the best setting is out of this is 60, 85 and 30, which has resulted 29, which is very close to the target. So they decided that this is our best setting. Clear? Are you clear with this? Just give me yes in the chat box. This is called OFAT keeper strategy. Clear? Very good. Now the question is, have they tried all permutation and combinations? Give me yes or no in the chat box. Have they tried all permutation and combination in this? Give me yes, no. Okay, there are a lot of permutation combinations they have done, but still lot of permutations are remaining. How do you find out what are the total permutation which can come in this setup? Okay, so how many levels are there? Let me write it in the white. Okay, how many levels are there? There are 2 levels. How many factors are there? There are 3 factors. Okay, so the number of permutation, or we can say number of runs, there is a formula. The formula is L raised to F, which is level raised to factor, which is 2 raised to 3 is equal to 8. So minimum 8 runs will be there, which will test all the permutation and combinations. Okay, but they have only tried 4. That means they have not tested all the permutation combination. Let's go to the next level and find out what are the other permutation and combination which they missed. Okay, look at this. Now let's find out this permutation and combination. This is called a full factorial design. Okay, or let's everybody type FFD, full factorial design, FFD. Type in the chat box FFD, and let me explain you what is full factorial design. Okay, so this is our x1, this is our x2, and this is our x3. Okay, now so the first setting, so now try to understand how you can also design full factorial design very easily manually as well. What you need to do, the first factor you have to change in every alternate run. For example, if this is minus, this has to be plus. If this is minus, this has to be plus. Then minus, plus, minus, plus. Okay. Second factor has to alter after every 2 runs. For example, minus minus plus plus, minus minus plus plus. And the third factor has to alter after every 4 runs. For example, minus 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 minus, plus 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 plus. And again, when I say minus, I am referring to the lower setting. When I say plus, I am referring to the higher setting, higher level, I would say. Are you clear? Now if you see, just observe very closely. any combination which is a repeated combination. Just observe this. Okay, first is minus minus minus, second is plus minus minus, third is minus plus minus, like that. Just check. Any combination is repeated. Just type yes, no in the chat box. Observe very closely. And make a design like this in your note. Everybody? No, right? Not a single combination has been repeated. All of them are unique combination. And if you observe very closely, not a single combination has been missed out as well. So that's why it's called as full factorial design, FFD. Okay. Now, when they ran FFD, they found that sometimes they got 37, 36 kmpl as well, where the target was 30 kmpl. So they are getting much better results with full factorial design, and this is called as design of experiments. Clear? So this is how you can also make a design as well. So we will make a design, the same design in Minitab. Okay, can you just open your Minitab software? Open Minitab software quickly. We will make just any Minitab file. Okay, any Minitab file you can open. Once you opened, please let me know. Any file, any blank file also will do. Okay, blank ही open करो, that will be better. Very good. Done. Superb. Let me also share. So I just opened one file, random file. Now follow this. Go to stat, DOE, factorial, create factorial design. Follow this path, please. Go to stat, DOE, factorial, create factorial design. Stat DOE factorial create factorial design. Once you click on this, this window will appear. I repeat again, stat DOE factorial create factorial design. Okay, see over here, if you see, so factorial is what is covered in the, in the black belt level. Response surface method, mixture, Taguchi, this is something we will cover in the master black belt level. Okay, these are very advanced level design of experiment concepts which will cover in the master black belt level. Now create factorial design. Now how many of you are already into master black belt? Just type me in the chat box. Who have already upgraded to the master black belt? Just type me. Okay, quite a few. Very good, very good. Super. चलो, so आगे बढ़ते हैं. Create factorial design. This window will cover. Okay. Now let's select number of factors. So how many number of factors we have? We have 3 factors. Okay, the speed, octane and tire pressure, correct? Now click on design, click on design, and there is fraction factorial and full factorial. Just select full factorial because we are learning full factorial now. fraction factorial and full factorial. So full factorial को select करो, click on OK. So here number of factors we have written 3. In designs we have selected full factorial, we have click on OK. Go to factor. Go to factor. Let's say, so name of the factor, let's say speed, octane, tire pressure. Okay, speed, octane and tire pressure. And in the type there are two options, numeric or text. Now what is numeric and what is text? If now speed is the numeric data, right? 55 and 60, it's a numeric data. Octane again a numeric data. What is text data, for example? Let's say now after this we are going to discuss about a sandwich example where if I use a bread of Britannia and a bread of, let's say, Wibs, so that is the text, na? Wibs and Britannia are the text. So in that case, it's a discrete data, no? There is a continuous data and discrete data. So text is a discrete data where that also you can select here. Okay. So right now all the three are numeric. So let's say speed lower setting is kya hai lower setting? Let me just check quickly. 55, 60, 85, 90 and 30, 35. Okay, let me just so lower setting is 55, higher setting is 60. Here the lower setting is octane. $85 and $90, let's say. Okay, tire pressure $85, $90. No, tire pressure 30. Let's say 30 and 40. I'm just giving the random numbers, okay? All right, so this is everybody with me till now. Just give me yes in the chat box. Yes. Now click on OK. And don't click on OK yet. Go to option. Go to option. As of now, just uncheck this randomize runs. Randomization, what is randomization? I'll explain you. As of now, just uncheck this randomize runs and click on OK. So go to option, uncheck randomize runs and click on OK and click on OK. Now you would have seen, you would have seen this kind of a design getting created. So here you have to write down your KMPL average mileage basically. So here you can see, everybody got this, na? Just give me a quick confirmation in the chat. Very good, very good. So you can see here, the first one is speed. So every alternate data change minus plus, minus plus, minus plus, minus plus. Okay. Then octane is minus minus plus plus minus minus plus plus, and tire pressure is minus 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 plus 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 and plus. So then you start experimentation accordingly, and then whatever is the KMPL you will write here. Okay, 27, 30, 28, whatever. Okay, and once it is done, then you will start analysis of it. Clear how to create full factorial design manually and full factorial design with the help of Minitab. Clear hai yahan tak? Just give me yes in the chat box. If this is yes, then very good, super. Okay, now let's understand some of the terminology quickly. First is experiment. Whatever we have seen, those 8 runs, this entire 8 run is called experiment. Methodical procedure of collecting data in a structured format for further analysis for validate assumption. It's called experiment. See, design of experiment is also hypothesis testing. Regression is also hypothesis testing. Normality test is also hypothesis testing. And hypothesis testing is also hypothesis testing. Okay. So, but this is advanced hypothesis testing. Okay. Then outcome is the response, which is the why. Like KMPL is the outcome. Like the test of the T is the outcome. Are you understanding? Yes. Then factors are the parameters of the process which are deliberately varied. This is also called as experimental factors. Okay, that I will explain you. But factors meaning all the factors which are basically impacting your experiment. These are called factors, okay? Then comes the levels. Levels are nothing but the alternative values of a factor considered in the experiment are called as levels. Which we have seen, right? 30 to 35, 50 to 80, like that. This is called levels. Then trials or runs. The trials and runs are the same thing. Okay. What is the formula to calculate the runs or trials is L raised to F. Total number of total number of runs is equal to number of levels raised to number of factors, L raised to F. Remember this. So if you have 2 levels and 3 factors, it is 2 raised to 3 is equal to 8. So you'll have 8 trials or 8 runs. Alright. Now, when it comes to, so any question, please let me know, okay? When it comes to the factors, there are various types of factors. First, it's called as experimental factors. Now, these factors are the factors which you will change. Are you understanding? Let's say out of 10 factors, you will not change every 10 factors, okay? Why we cannot experiment with all the factors? Type in the chat box. Why we cannot experiment with all the factors? Let's say there are total 10 factors. Why all the 10 factors we should not take for the experiment? And why we should take only 2 to 3 factors? Tell me in the chat box. What do you think about it? Think about it. Why is that? Critical to quality? Okay, very good. What else? Why we cannot or why we should not take all the 10 factors? Why these people only take 3 or 2 factors? Dependent and independent variable based, okay, more effective factor. Yes, they take more effective factors. Very good. So the most critical factors only they take. The major reason is L raised to F. Let's take this example, okay? Imagine instead of 3 factors, if we select 4 factors, how many runs will be there? 2 raised to 4 is equal to 16. So I have to do 16 experiments. What if I take 5 factors? Then how many experimental runs I have to do? 32 runs I have to do. And every run is a cost. Every run is a time. Every run is a resource. Are you understanding? If I take 6 factors, then it will be 64 runs. Are you understanding? So 1 factor added is taking the number of runs exponentially high. That is the reason we have to select though the most critical factors for the experiment. Are you clear? Just give me C in the chat box. C for clear. Okay. Now, next one is control factor. What is control factor? Control factors are the factors which are kept constant throughout the experiments. Now, when we have, let's say there are 10 factors out of which we have selected 3. What about remaining 7? So 3 are experimental factors and 7 are control factors. They are kept constant. Their levels are frozen. We don't change with this. They are called control factors. The next one are called noise factors. What are noise factors? Noise factors are the factors which can neither be changed or nor be fixed. So we cannot have any control on the noise factor. For example, let's say environmental temperature. In an uncontrolled space, if it is not air conditioned or if it is not humidified kind of thing, uncontrolled open space for example, you cannot control temperature, you cannot control the wind speed, you cannot control humidity, you cannot control the dust. These are called noise factors. Are you understanding? The factors which you cannot control. Along with that, there is something called lurking factor. Make a note of this. Lurking factor. Now, what is lurking factor? Let me give you one example. Very famous experimental example done in US. Okay. There was a company. Now, this is very interesting. I'm talking about various types of factors. So, we have seen experimental, we have seen control, we have seen noise. Experimental are the factors which are changed. Control factors which are kept constant. Noise factor we cannot control. And there are fourth factor which is called lurking factor. Example, there was a company in US, they used to make chicken feed. Okay, chicken feed is the food which is given to the, in the poultry farm, to the chicken. And their protein rich food, they had a claim that if you use our chicken feed, your weight of the chicken will become double in 1 month. That was their claim. Okay. So for experiment, they went to a poultry farm and they did an experiment like this. They divided the poultry farm into 2. In one half they gave old feed and in the second half they gave the new feed. Okay. And they were expecting this chicken weight should go up in 1 month. Okay. After 1 month experiment, the scientists came back and they checked the weight. So old one were constant, they were as it is. The new one, for their surprise, their weight was reduced. Forget about increasing, the weight got reduced. And they were surprised by the result. It was exactly opposite than what they were expecting. Okay. So after investigation, they found very interesting case. Okay. Just besides this, this new section where the new feed was basically fed to the chicken, this section was a slaughterhouse, this one, adjacent to the new section, where, the slaughtering used to happen, the killing used to happen. And it was creating some noise, and that noise was very close to this section, and that was creating anxiety, pressure, depression, and these chicken used to run around with fear. Understand this? And because of which their weight was reducing. Okay, so this slaughterhouse location is called as a lurking factor which was never considered. Are you understanding? Just give me yes in the chat box. Clear? Have you understood this example? Just give me a quick yes. Very good. Now let's go back to our experiment with Sia and Ajay, Vijay, Sanjay. There were few occasions where Ajay was there, but Sia didn't smile. there could be her, father would be standing behind her, or elder brother would be standing, or a mother would be standing. Yes, and that would be a lurking factor. Okay, so these are various factors we need to consider. Are you clear? Just give me yes in the chat box. Super clear? Types of factors? Very good. Along with that, there is something called, along with that, there is something called randomization. Randomization. What is randomization? Like we have seen, okay, the full factorial design. If you remember, I went to option and I uncheck randomize runs. Do you remember? I went to, so randomization is very, very important. What is randomization? To remove the bias from the experiment. Okay, what is bias? Let's connect with our gauge R&R study we studied day 1. Let's say if I have to measure the diameter, of the pen 3 times, if I give you and ask you to measure it 3 times, directly, then let's say first time you will measure 10.1. Next time you will measure 10.1. Third time you will say, I know it is going to be 10.1. So you will not measure and write 10.1, and this is called as bias. Are you understanding? To remove these kinds of biases, we have to randomize it. You never know which pen is given to you to measure the diameter, and that is called randomization. Okay, and there could be, so this is called randomization. So while doing experiments, we randomize the runs. Okay, along with that, there is something called as replication. Make a note of this. Replication. What is replication? It is suggested that if you have L raised to F, 8 runs, okay, 2 raised to 3. Now, let's say for example, what if the lurking factor is there? Lurking factor meaning what? Like, the brother standing behind Sia is a lurking factor. Because of which, now tell me, lurking factor can influence our experiment, yes or no? Lurking factor can influence our experiment, yes or no? Just give me yes or no in the chat box. Very simple. And that can take our decision to the toss. Because after experiment, we have to take critical decisions for our process, for our business. And to make sure our decisions are accurate, what is suggested? You replicate the runs. Okay. When you send Ajay alone, Sia didn't smile, send Ajay alone again. And let's see whether she is smiling or not. Are you understanding this? Just to nullify, just to avoid, just to, what you can say, reduce the impact of these lurking factors, we have to replicate. That means we have to randomize the runs and we have to replicate the runs. What does it mean? It means if we have 2 raised to 3, 8 experiments, we have to do it twice. That means we have to run 16 experiments. Are you understanding? So we have to randomize it and we have to replicate it just to eliminate the impact of the bias and to eliminate the impact of the lurking factors. Are you clear? Randomization and replication strategy? Just give me yes in the chat box. Clear hai? Just give me yes. Yes, let's go back to the same file which we have created. Let's go back to the same file. All right. Now let's do this. Okay. Now how do you go back to edit last dialog box? Control E. If you press Control E, you will come back to edit last dialog box. Okay. Now go to option. Understand is go to option. First we will randomize the runs. Okay, so let's check the randomized runs here, which we had unchecked, right? So do the randomization here. So here randomize runs. All right, just click on OK. So we have done randomization. Let's do the replication. How do we do replication? Go to design. Go to design. Here you can see number of replicates. Number of replicates. Here instead of 1, select 2. Okay. I repeat again. First, you go to option, randomize runs पे check करो. Click on OK. Go to designs and number of replicates में 2 select करो. And click on OK. And click on OK. Wow. Just go to the data. Now you have got this 16 runs which are completely randomized. Are you understanding? You can see here. Now you will not see. Now you will not see minus plus here. You can see here it is completely randomized. Okay. So it is completely randomized and it is replicated. Instead of 8, now we have got 16 runs. Clear? Now you are ready to start the experiment. Super clear hai? Yes, give me yes in the chat box. Very good, very good. Superb, superb. Now, once we have understood what is OFAT, what is keeper strategy, how to create full factorial with hand manually, how to create full factorial design with Minitab, what are the terminologies. Okay. Now let's see one real experiment which was done. Okay. So ये आप देख लीजिए. So Hotel Grand wants to enhance the taste of their sandwich. All right. So similar to the KMPL wala example. Okay, all the team members came together and they found out these almost 10 to 12 factors. Okay. Now imagine if we take 12 factors for experiment, how many runs? Multiply by replication if I do, how many runs we have to do, right? So they decide to go with 3 to 4 critical factors. Okay. So size of bread, brand of bread, etc., all the factors, out of which they decide this. Okay. So they decide, look at this. Size of bread is a constant factor. So the size of bread is a constant, it's a standard. Okay. Brand of butter also they have kept constant to Amul. Quantity of potato they have kept constant. Constant factor or control factor, right? Constant or control factor. So quantity of potato will be 2. Amount of salt is constant, which is 1 gram. Metal of oven, it's constant, which is standard metal. Now they have selected 4 factor for experiment. Oven temperature is experimental factor. The lower setting is 57, higher setting is 60. Okay. Brand of bread is this one, brand of bread, Britannia and Wibs. Okay. Quantity of onion, 1 piece and 2 pieces. Time of cooking is 3 minutes and 5 minutes. Okay. So this is lower setting and this is higher setting. Can you see here? Okay. And skill of the person is a noise factor which they have no control over. Okay. So they have kept it noise factor. Now, let's do one thing. Can you just open the Minitab once again? Go to stat, DOE, factorial, create factorial design and create this 4 factorial experimental design. Okay. Follow the same procedure which I have followed. All right. And once it is done, take a screenshot and paste it in the chat. Clear? Can you just do it? Just give me yes in the chat box. So that will give you confidence. All right. एक बार try करके देखो. Whenever you get stuck, I am here to support you. Okay. So let's take 3 minutes for this experiment. Okay, then we will go for the analysis of the experiment. Okay. All right, go ahead and do this. Then I will actually give you a file where we can make it in Minitab, no? Make it in Minitab and take a screenshot of the Minitab file. Okay. Yes, make it in Minitab and take a screenshot. Yes. Shall I do it along with you? चलो मैं भी करता हूं. So again, go to stat, DOE, factorial, create factorial design. Correct? How many factors this time? There are 4 factors. Okay. Okay. Very good. No issues. Full factorial design है. As of now, let's not do the replication वगैरह कुछ मत करो. Click on OK. Go to factors. Okay. Here, what factors do we have? Temperature. Then bread, the brand of bread basically. Then we have what else? Quantity of onion. So onion quantity. And which one is the 4th one? So temperature, oven temperature, brand of bread, quantity of onion, and which one is the 4th one? Which is time of cooking. Okay. Cooking time basically. So let me share once again, cooking time. So cooking time. So only brand of bread is text, rest all of them are numeric. Okay. So it is Britannia. I'm just writing in short. And you have Wibs. Correct? Then temperature, whatever is the number, lower and higher. Onion, let's say 1. And then 2. And cooking temperature is 3 minutes and 5 minutes. Okay. Temperature I have not changed. Sorry, cooking time is 3 minutes and 5 minutes. Temperature I just click on OK and click on OK. So you will get. So I have not actually, okay, I have randomized it, by the way. Randomize I have not unchecked, so it has randomized it. Okay. Yes, everybody got this? Just give me yes in the chat box. Clear hai? Superb. So I'm just sharing the file for our experimental analysis. Just click on the file. And once you open the file, please let me know. So this case, we have 4 factors. So how many number of runs will be there? Number of runs. Understand this. L raised to f, correct? L raised to f meaning 2 raised to 4 is equal to 16. And with replication, 16 into 2, which is 32, right? So we have to have 32 runs here. So if you see, there are 32 complete runs have been provided, okay? And with the y, which is the test, on the scale of 1 to 10, they have given the rating as well. For example, the first run is, they have kept oven temperature at 60, they have taken ribs, 2 onion pieces they have taken, and they cooked it for 3 minutes, and the test was 7 out of 10. Okay, so this is how they have basically done this experiment. Clear, everybody? So once it is done, then we are ready for experimental, what you can say, the analysis of the experiment. सब लोग clear है? Just give me yes. Have you opened? Have you understood? This is with randomization and replication. Now you guys are ready for the analysis of it. Okay? Super, super. Now, okay, do you want to take a quick 5 minutes break before we go for analysis? Because analysis will take around 30 to 45 minutes. Yes? Do you want to take a quick break of 5 minutes? And I have a small announcement as well in between. Okay, so let's do one thing. It's 8:10. Let's quickly make a 5 minutes break, and we'll be back by 8:15. Okay, and then I have a 10 minutes announcement, and then we will start the analysis of it. Okay, that will be great. And then at the end of it, I'll explain you how to go for the examination if you're ready with green belt and the black belt, studies. Okay, very good. Let's take a 5 minutes break, and we'll be back by 8:15. Okay, bye. All right, if you're back, just type I'm back in the chat so that I can get the confirmation for that. Just give me, yes, I'm back in the chat. And here we go. Yeah. Before I start the analysis, I've got a couple of, very interesting announcements for you guys. Announcement number 1. Okay. All right. Everybody type in the chat box. If you are already into MBB, just type MBB in the chat box. If you are into green belt and black belt, just type BB in the chat box. Everybody. Let me see how many of you are black belts, how many of you are MBB. MBB meaning you have taken admission, you have not yet reached to MBB level, but you have taken admission. Everybody just type BB and MBB in the chat box. Very good, very good. Superb. Everybody keep typing, keep typing, keep typing. Okay. Super. Super. Now, our master black belt prizes, okay, are increasing from 2026. All right. With some very limited amount of people, we had given this, what you can say, this leeway just to, what you can say, maintain. So 29,999 plus GST has been the price. Now this, by the way, this price includes green belt, black belt and the master black belt. Okay, all 3 courses including. This is the basic price which will happen from the month of Jan 2026. Okay, so for the people who have not yet upgraded, you can upgrade yourself, okay, today itself at 19,999 plus GST. Understand this. Now you already have made the payment for green belt and black belt, that will be deducted. So whatever amount is remaining, which is nothing but 9,999 plus GST, this is you can do, and you can go and upgrade yourself to master black belt. And with master black belt, you become lifetime member of SNG community as well. Are you clear with this? So on this note, I'm just providing you the link for the admission. If you are available, if you are interested, how many of you would be interested to grab this opportunity before it doubles? This is a link in the chat. Again, the credit card EMI also is available. You just have to make 9,999 plus GST one-time payment to make yourself a lifetime member of SNG. Okay, and by the way, this might be, because see, hackathon is over, then I generally don't give these offers in our Saturdays and Mondays sessions. Okay, so this might be your last chance of upgrading, because after 31st of December, these prices will be going back to the original, which is nothing but 29,900. So you have to pay 19,000 if you want to do it later. All right. So the link has been given in the description. You can click on the link and make the payment and come on board for the master black belt. Okay. See, MBBs are a little senior position. If you are looking for a top management position, or if you are looking for launching your own training consulting business in the future, master black belt is a very, very important milestone you need to complete. Okay. So certification of master black belt, there are very limited people, limited companies or limited institutes are providing master black belt certification, and so dedicatedly, very less. We already have 5 to 6 people who are very actively in India working towards this, master black belt certification. So you can click on the link, and there is no comparison of the pricing. We have kept it so low that absolutely anybody can afford it. Okay, are you clear with this? Just give me yes in the chat box and tell me in the chat how many of you are interested in this offer right now. This offer I'm giving, this will be open till 12 p.m. midnight. If you are interested, just type yes in the chat box and click on the link, make the payment, let me know the payment has been done. Okay, just give me a quick yes. Superb. Yes. This will be included. Same thing, same like green belt, black belt. The certification and this LMS, everything. And you already know, you are the community member, so you already know what is there. Okay. So in master black belt, we cover the advanced topics. We cover the topics which are strategic in nature, project selection, etc., etc. Okay. Fantastic. Yes. You can make the payment now. You can make the payment till 12 p.m. today. Okay. Because then later I don't see any option, because after hackathon is over, then we'll go for our regular routine Monday, Saturday sessions where these links will not be shared. Okay. This is about master black belt. Are you clear with this? Just give me yes in the chat box. Yes. Abhi karenge to acha hai. I will wait for you. Clear? Everybody just give me yes. Clear hai what the offer is? Any doubt in this, please let me know. Clear? Very good. Now the second point is this. Let me go back to my whiteboard once again. Okay. You must be aware of the consulting launch program we have. Now consulting launch program is a very specialized program where we discuss the business angle of this. Okay, how you can make second stream of income if something goes wrong with your job, or you want to switch your career and want to become a full-time trainer and consultant in this field. Then in that program we make you a complete trainer and consultant package, okay, which includes train the trainer program, which includes the business angle, which means how to generate the leads, how to nurture the leads, how to close the leads for B2B clients, which is corporate clients for training and consulting, how to give proposals, how to negotiate with the clients, what are the different strategies you can basically think about negotiation. All these things we basically discuss. And in this, before you take the admission, there is a qualification criteria for business. So we don't take everybody into business consulting, because it's not everybody's cup of tea. Let's be very honest. Let's be very clear. Because it requires communication skills. Of course, you can sharpen, but the basic communication you have to have. Okay, you can practice the trainer. You can practice the experiment. I'll give you all the details of how you can launch yourself in next 6 months. Your own training and consulting business. Okay, and we have a call of 45 minutes. There is a qualification call where you can clarify all your doubts. Okay, and there are few points which I need to clarify before you take the decision. Okay, now tell me, now we have a plan of 50 lakhs per annum, which I explain you during that call, how you can make 50 lakhs per annum in this training and consulting business. Very easy. It's a proven plan. We have been following it for so many years, and you can also follow this. Very simple plan to understand, and I'll show you some of the results, the real purchase orders, real real testimonials of the clients. Okay, so during the call, this is a 45 minutes to 1 hour call. Now, if you are interested, how many of you are interested in business consulting launch program? Please send a message on this number. Okay, please send a message on our mentor's number that I am interested, so that the team will fix up a Zoom call with me. Before that, there will be a a qualification, just a telephonic call, and after that there will be a 45-minute call with me, and then the admission will be granted. Clear, everybody? Just give me yes in the chat box. So both announcements are clear. So what we are doing is, for this month, we are putting this final offer at 9999 plus GST for Master Black Belt, the lifetime membership as well. Okay, which will change in January 26. So today might be your last chance where I'm just explaining you this offer. Okay. The second thing is that if you want to launch your consulting business with 50 lakh rupees per annum, roadmap, and I will be hand holding you till the time you become a full-fledged consultant. Okay, just send a message on this number. Okay, are you clear with both the announcement? Just give me a quick yes in the chat box. Now, if you're the people who are making the payment, please do that. Okay, super clear hai? Just give me quick yes. Very good, very good. Yes, I'm seeing couple of payments being tried here. Okay, संतोष जी आपका भी पेमेंट ट्राई हो रहा है. Let's see if it goes through. I'll just announce your name. Okay. Yes, by 12 p.m. this link, this offer is available. वैसे तो offer 31st of December तक है. But for you, this will be the last chance, because then the life takes over. You know that, right? Then I don't see any opportunity of you guys, the paid members, to discuss with me about this offer. ठीक है ना? Yes, clear everybody? Super. Very good, very good. चलो. Yes, एक बार पेमेंट होने के बाद संतोष जी, just let me know in the chat the payment has been done, so I can just cross check and announce your name. All right? Very good. चलो. So let's go to the next part, which is our. Let me resume. All right, welcome to the after break session of analysis. Okay, so let's open the same file of the sandwich. Okay, and let's do the, once the data has been captured in the experiment, after you run all the experiments, actually you capture the data and then you start analyzing the data. Okay. So how do you analyze? Go to stat DOE, factorial design, analyze factorial design. Everybody follow this path. Stat DOE, factorial, analyze factorial design. All right. Yes. Once you click on that, select in the responses, select test. Yes, संतोष जी आपका पेमेंट आ चुका है, congratulations. Okay, select test in the responses and click on OK. And there are 3 graphs you are observing here. Let's go one by one. Okay, have you got the 3 graphs? Just give me yes. Yes, तीनों ग्राफ मिल गया आपको. Very good, very good, very good, super. So let's discuss about this graph. What you need to check in this graph is this. Okay, the first one is this normal probability plot. You remember, whenever we do our Anderson-Darling normal test, we get a normal probability plot. So this is normality testing. Now, which normality we are testing here? We are testing the normality of the residuals. Now, what is residual? Just for your understanding, understand this. In the regression equation, this is the line of best fit. Okay, and the, what you can say, these are the actual dots. Okay, so this is X, this is Y. Now, the distance between this dot, actual dot, and the line of best fit, this distance is called as residual. this distance, okay, this distance. Now, from the line of best fit, whether all the dots are normally distributed or not. Like in our histogram, okay, look at this histogram. This 0 is line of best fit, and from the line of best fit, some dots will be on the negative side, some dots will be on the positive side. So, but are they normally distributed? Okay, that is what it is showing, a normality. So here also the same thing. It shows it is normally distributed data. Okay. Second one, this is called standardized residual. Now, this is just for our understanding. What is standardized residual? Residual divided by standard deviation is called standardized residual. Residual divided by standard deviation is called standardized residual. Okay. So, in this, the first one versus fit wala jo graph hai, you have to see the symmetry. If there is a symmetry between these two parts, this is a 0 line. If you are getting kind of a mirror image here, okay, mirroring image, then you are on the right track. What is this mirroring image? Try to understand. This mirroring image is the replication. Are you understanding? Okay. So, if you see, there are, this mirror image of the replicated runs. The runs are replicated by the software, and that's why the mirror image has been created. So we just have to check the mirror image. Here, in this graph particularly, we have to see whether any dot which is going beyond 2 plus and minus 2 standardized residual. Okay. So this is just like a control chart, where in control chart, we see whether any data is going beyond 3 plus 3 and minus 3 standard deviation. Similarly, you have to check this. So overall, we can see normality and stability. This is passing the test. Clear? Just give me yes in the chat box. Very good. Let's go to the second graph, which is nothing but effect plot. Okay, this is a Pareto chart of standardized effect. Let's not get into the calculation of it. Okay, I can share with you how it is calculated, etc., but it will take a lot of time. Okay, what is important is this is called line of significance. Line of significance. Okay, any factor which is crossing this line is called as significant factor. For example, factor C and factor D are significant factors which are crossing the line. So, which is factor C? Quantity of onion. Which is factor D? Time of cooking. These are significant factor. There is a factor called A, which is oven temperature, which is very close to line of best fit or line of significance. Okay, so I can consider these three factors which are impacting the most. Okay, actually C and D only, but let's say I give the benefit of doubt to factor A as well. So A, C and D are the three critical factors for me. All right, now if I check the effect plot, the third graph which we have created, then you will see something very interesting. All the factors which are not significant, which are very close to this red line, you can see that. Yes, the blue dots are very, very close to the red line, and the red dots which are significant factors are a little away from the red line, and those are critical factors. You can see here significant factor C and significant factor D. Okay, and this must be the factor A, but it is not red, but we can still consider that. Okay. So factors C and D are critical, but we will give A also a benefit of doubt. Are you clear? Very good. You can see symbol term A. If we click on this dot, it shows symbol term A, which is a little away, but not critically away, very close on the boundary line. Okay. But still we will give the benefit of doubt. Now, if I go to the sessions window, just go to the sessions window here, sessions window, and scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Here you will find huge experimental equation, regression equation, right? Y is equal to A plus BX. This is the original equation. Again, it's a linear equation. So it will be Y is equal to A plus B1x1 plus B2x2 plus B3x3, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So here is the complete regression equation you can see, which is a huge regression equation. But let's not conclude here. We have some important factors to understand. Let's scroll up once again. Okay. Now come to this. Everybody got this? Just give me yes in the chat box. There are huge numbers, etc. But let's focus on some specific numbers. Everybody got this, right? Just give me a quick yes. Anybody behind, please let me know. Anybody behind, please let me know. सबको मिला है ये? शिव कुमार जी, आपका पेमेंट फेल हो चुका है, प्लीज एक बार चेक करिएगा. You can see here term meaning the factors and the combination of the factors. The main factors and the combination of the factors. Now try to understand this. When I have A, B, C and D, these are called as main effect or the main factors. Okay. Then there are two-way interactions. For example, there is AB, there is AC, there is AD, there is BC, BD and CD. These are called as two-way interaction. Similarly, there are three-way interactions like ABC, ABD, etc. They are called three-way interaction. And there is only one four-way interaction, which is A, B, C and D, which you can see all the combinations here. And these are called terms. One is main effect, two-way interaction, three-way interaction, four-way interaction. And these are called terms. Now, you can see here, oven temperature, brand of bread, quantity of onion, time of cooking. These are main effect, the main factors. Okay. Then oven temperature into brand of bread, oven temperature into quantity of onion. These are called two-way interaction. Then these are called three-way interaction. And the last one is four-way interaction. Everybody clear with this? Just give me yes in the chat box. Can you just confirm? Just give me a quick yes. Okay. Now, yeah, just a second. Anybody behind, please let me know. नहीं तो मुझे पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि आपको समझ रहा है कि नहीं. ठीक है. Now, the most important is this. Any factor which has lower than 0.05 p-value is a significant factor. I repeat again, listen to me very carefully. Any p-value which is less than 0.05, the factor is a significant factor. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, forget about constant. Oven temperature is 0.063. very close to 0.05. This is factor A. You remember, very close. Okay. So this is, but still it is not significant. Okay. Second factor is brand of bread, which is 0.743, which is not significant. Third factor is quantity of onion, 0.000, which is significant. So this is significant. Fourth factor is time of cooking, 0.017, which is significant. So only two factors are significant, and the first factor is a little close to significant. Okay. Rest, if you see, all the factors, none of them are significant. Are you observing this? 0.743, 0.743, 1, 0.5, 0.7, 0.1, 0.5. None of them are significant. So we can eliminate them from the model. We can eliminate those factors from the model. Are you clear? Just give me quick yes in the chat box. Done? Okay, very good, very good. Now, how do you eliminate it from the model? Let's look at this. Go to stat, or let's go back to the edit last dialog box. Let's go back to edit last dialog box. यहाँ पे click करो, or you just press Ctrl E. Just press Ctrl E. Now this is the most important term. Okay, most important selection. Go to terms. Go to terms, and you will come here. This phase. Okay, terms कहाँ पे है? Just below the test, you can see this tab called terms. Just click on terms, and you will come here. Now what we will do? There is double arrow here. Now if you want to select one by one, you can take this single arrow on this side. If you want to select all of them, just double click on that. All of them will get selected in the available terms. Okay. Now I just want to select three terms. I would select A, C and D. Okay. So double click on A. It will get selected. Double click on C. It will get selected. Double click on D. It will get selected. Only select these three. That's it. A, C and D, and click on OK. And now you click on OK, because then you have dropped rest of the terms. Okay. Now just quickly check normality test, histogram. Yes, it seems, of course there will be change, but it is within the limit. Okay. Then go to the other graph, which is Pareto. Now all the three factors seem to be significant here. And you can see A, C, D are shown significant. Now this is only experiment done with these three factors by the software. Okay. If you go to the sessions window and just scroll it up, now the regression equation has been reduced down to only three factors. Test is equal to minus 7.19. This is the, this is the, what is that? Point of intersect, right? Intersection point. Then 0.15 oven temperature plus 3.1 quantity of onion and minus 0.5 time of cooking. Okay, this is the equation. Are you clear? This is the optimized equation of design of experiment. With this regression equation, you can predict any value very easily. Now, how do you predict the value? To predict the value, there is something very interesting tool which I am going to give you, which is called as response optimizer. Just follow this path. Follow this path. Stat DOE factorial response optimizer. Just follow this path. Stat DOE factorial response optimizer. यस शिव कुमार जी, आपका भी पेमेंट थ्रू हो चुका है, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस. संतोष जी एंड शिव कुमार जी. हाँ, so if you are interested in that business launch program, just send a message on the mentor's number, so we'll take care of it. Okay, we'll set up a call and other process. Okay, yeah. Stat DOE factorial and response optimizer. Just click on response optimizer. This window will appear. Now the test is the response which we want to improve, right? So test has to increase. So we will say maximize. So test we have to maximize. That's our target. That's our goal. And say okay. And this kind of a diagram will come. Everybody with me, just give me yes in the chat box. I repeat again, stat DOE factorial response optimizer. Stat DOE factorial response optimizer. टेस्ट को गोल में मैक्सिमाइज सिलेक्ट करो एंड हिट ओके एंड यू विल रीच हियर. जस्ट गिव मी यस इफ यू आर हियर विथ मी. This tool is amazing tool. If you present in front of your management, they will love this tool. Okay. Now look at this. Let me quickly explain. These are the three factors. Factor A, oven temperature. Factor C, quantity of onion. Factor D, time of cooking. Okay. So oven temperature, the lower setting, this was a negative setting. This is the positive setting. Negative meaning a lower setting. Here it is a lower setting, it is a higher setting, 1 piece and 2 pieces. Quantity of time of cooking is 3 minutes and 5 minutes. Okay. Now the red one are the optimized setting. Okay. Just to get the optimized score, set the oven temperature at 65, set the quantity of onion at 2 pieces and time of cooking at 3 minutes. Okay. If you do that, you will get the maximum test, which is 7.3. You can see here 7.3 is the maximum highest test you can get. Are you understanding? Okay. Now let's play around this. Okay. Are you clear what are the numbers here we are talking about? Just give me a quick yes. Clear? Very good. Now let's play with these numbers. Okay. Just write this down, 7.31. Okay. This is the highest test which optimized setting is giving us. Now I'm just changing oven temperature. So you can see this red line, right? If I take this, now this red line is set at 65. If I take it to 60, let's see what is the change in the test. Okay. If I drag it to 60 here, you can see the 60. You can see the test has been reduced to 6.5. From 7.3 average test, it has reduced to 6.5. Are you understanding this? Okay. Let's play around the quantity of onion. Now quantity of onion has the maximum impact. How do I know? You can see the slope. The slope is the highest. Okay. And understand this. This is a positive slope. This is also a positive slope, but this is negative slope. Can you see? The slope going highest to lowest is a negative slope. That means it has got a negative correlation. Are you understanding? Okay. Now this slope is the highest quantity of onion. That's why quantity of onion will have the maximum impact. Let's prove this. Let's prove this. From 1, if I am from 2, if I am reducing the 1 quantity of onion, look at the test. It has gone down from 7.3, it has gone down to 3.4. It's almost 4 points drop. That's why it has got the highest impact. Similarly, you can play around this. Okay. Just reduce the time and the test has dropped down to 2.4. Can you see here? 2.4 is the lowest test, and if I get the maximum setting, and you can set up, in between as well. Let's say if I want to set up at 63. If I set up at 63, look at this. Okay. Let me do it optimized 6 and just play around this. So without making an experiment, you can predict the value of any y within the range of the data set. Are you clear with this? This is called as response optimizer. Just give me a yes if you have understood this. Fantastic. Done? Super. Yeah, I'll repeat. Which one you want me to repeat? Are you clear till response optimizer? How do you get to response optimizer? You got it, right? Yeah. So I'll repeat from this. So stat DOE. Yes. This is after the analysis is done. Then you go to response optimizer, and then you can play around this response optimizer and optimize this. Okay. Now, how do you get this? Stat DOE factorial response optimizer. This response optimizer will be activated only you have analyzed the data. Okay. Once you click on that, here the test you have to maximize. So select maximize and click on OK. Then you will reach here. Okay. It will be like this. Okay. Now here, once you reach to this is called the response optimizer. As I said earlier, this is your factor number A. This is your factor number C. This is your factor number D. Why only 3? Because we have dropped the rest of the factor. Yes, we have only selected 3 critical factors because this is what is the experiment is telling us. Clear? Now, this is the highest setting. This is the lowest setting. This is the highest setting. This is lowest setting. This is highest and this is lowest setting. Okay. The levels basically lower level, higher level. And this red one in the center is the optimized one. If you want to have the maximum output, which is 7.3125, which is the highest test you can get, you have to set your oven temperature at 65 degree. You have to set quantity of onion at 2 pieces per sandwich, and you have to put the time of cooking at 3 minutes. If you do these settings, then you will get, if you do this setting, keeping all the other factors constant, you will get the test of the sandwich about 7.3 out of 10. This is the highest. This is the optimized. That's why it's called optimizer. It is giving us optimized result. Okay. Now you can play around this. Once it is done, let's play around it. That's what I said. If I have to change, let's say, oven temperature from 65 to, let's say, 62. Let's say, yes, let's keep it at 62. If I keep it at 62.0, my test has dropped to 6.8. From 7.3, it has dropped to 6.8. So real time, I can play around these numbers and predict the value of sandwich test without making a sandwich. And that's the best part of it. See, once you do this experiment now for a very critical process, then without running the process, you can predict the values. And that's the best part of it. Clear now? Deveshji, just give me yes in the chat box. Superb, superb. Thank you very much. Clear? So this is what is the design of experiments, and this is what we do in, black belt. Okay. In master black belt level, we'll go to the advanced level. What is fractional factorial design? What is mixture design? What is Taguchi's approach? All this stuff is covered in the master black belt level. ठीक है जी? Okay. So master black belt में आपको इसका जिक्र मिलेगा. Okay. And that's it from the black belt level. If you, the people who have just joined in, we are having a offer, the final offer, which will go up to 12 PM today. You can upgrade for the master black belt level only at 9999 plus GST, and you can get a lifetime membership of SNG. Okay. Now, how many of you would like to go for black belt examination? Just type me in the chat box. Okay. The people who have, first of all, what is the criteria for this? Very simple. You have to be a green belt certified. Okay. Yes, you have to be a green belt certified, because the green belt certificate number which will be required. Okay. So you would require a green belt certificate number for this. Okay. And again, similar to green belt examination, this also examination is online examination, but it requires 2 hours. Okay, it would require 2 hours. Again, 100 MCQs. Okay, 70% passing marks and open book test. All other factors remain absolutely common, but you require a green belt certificate number to enter into the examination. It's a requirement, otherwise you will not be able to submit this examination. Okay, so what is the requirement? Green belt certified hona chahiye. Black belt ka pura content you must have gone through. If you have gone through the hackathon, that's best. And if you are confident, if you are ready for the examination, you need to just send a message on our mentor number. Okay, now it is almost 9 o'clock right now, 9 p.m. It was a working day for you. Okay, so if you have if you have the energy and time to go through this, you can go through this right now as well. But my recommendation is, take it with the fresh mind. Okay, so give it on Sunday or Saturday when it is a weekly off. You can focus, organize yourself, sit calmly, peacefully, because if you start now, it will go up to 11. Okay, then your dinner, your family, everything go on toss. So better you can go for the examination when you're with the fresh mind. Okay. Okay, so there you can put that certificate number. Okay, that you can put. All right. Tough questions in green belt. Okay, green belt tough है, फिर black belt में आप क्या कहोगे रमेश जी? It's all, see, there is nothing called tough as such. It is all about the preparation. Okay, if you have gone through this, gone through the content, we have not given examination question beyond the content. Okay, so make sure you go through the content at least once. Just revise and see, you can go through the content, you can speed up the revision. Speed बढ़ाने के लिए भी आपके पास setting है. You can go to 1.5x or 2x. Okay, revise कर सकते हैं. Hackathon को attend कर सकते हैं. There is a sample question here at the bottom. You can check that out as well. Okay, and then you can go for the examination. Okay, so for the people who are green belt certified and want to go for the black belt certification exam, okay, right now, just send a message right now and our team will help you to send the message. Okay, if you want to go for it tomorrow, day after, Saturday, Sunday ko, you can do it as well. Okay, you can do it later as well. Once you are prepared, take the exam. Okay, yes. And the people who want to upgrade for master black belt, the link has been given already. This is the link for you as well. Okay, 2 people have been registered. The other people also can register, because this might be your last chance for this extra offer. Okay, thank you very much for joining in. All the best for the people who are going for the black belt examination. And till the time, I hope it was helpful, all the 3 days efforts which we have taken together. Okay, so I hope you guys clear the examination and go to the next level successfully. Okay, till the time, keep learning, keep growing. Bye bye, take care, good night.